Let's drink some beers. What? It's a twofer.
It's a coffee stout.
Well, I'm going to pretend that this isn't a problem and just drink it. I'll probably be fine. I mean, the skeleton on the front who's exploded is a little bit of a worry, but it's probably all right.
Well, it's 6%, so he's probably not exploded because of the alcohol. Oh, he's coming out of a mug. Or is he holding the mug and skulls are coming out of it? The perspective is weird. It says WN. Beavertown. Then it says X Clemson and Sons. Who are Clemson and Sons? Is that an alliance?
Oh, is the collab?
Using Midnight Oil by Clemson and Sons.
There'll be a coffeeteers, coffee meisters.
Midnight Oil by Clemson and Sons sounds like an album that I would hate.
It sounds like it might be sort of smooth jazz.
I love smooth jazz.
By Clemson and Sons.
How did you fit it all in that glass, Sean?
I didn't. Tastes like a really nice cold coffee. Looks like Guinness.
It's redder, I think, than Guinness.
It's more translucent.
Tastes like a coffee stout.
It does. Tastes really good.
And that is what it says on the can.
Yeah, this is probably going to make me trip tits, but oh well.
We got some other stouts. I think there's another coffee stout, was there, no?
Grind. Grind is another coffee stout, yeah. Where would we put this in respect to that? I think that is the only other coffee one on here.
But Blackheart was a stout. Then there was a toffee stout from the Beavertown Massive.
I think I preferred Grind to this.
I remember liking Grind more.
Yeah, it almost had like a chocolatey coffee time kind of thing going on, whereas this is quite bitter.
Because I don't really like flavoured stouts, but grinded it up quite high, so I must have. I actually really like the can for Grind, even though it's very dull and minimalist. I think it's really nice. I do like the Beavertown can though. The coffee mug of Exploding Death speaks to me.
I like the skulls. The skulls are cool. What is coming out of the coffee mug though? Because coffee's not that colour.
No, and also, is that thing holding it, or is that it coming out of it at the same time? There's some weird perspective.
No, I think he's holding it. Big Skull Man is holding it.
But there's red stuff coming out and going into his ribs.
Yeah. I think whatever's coming out of the coffee mug is like fucking him up, but also has conjured many, many little skulls. We do need to decide where to put it. I think it has to go one or the other side of Grind, because it's basically the same beer. But Grind's better in my opinion.
Just under Grind.
Yeah, I'd go just under Grind.
Grind was a bit smoother, and I appreciate the minimalist can.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I like this, but I think it's not a regular, everyday kind of beer, but it is very nice.
How do you feel it compares to the Beavertown Massive?
I prefer this to the Massive.
I prefer Massive, but you guys were quite down on Massive, so that's fair.
I want to see what's in number 18, because I fancy something sweet. It's neck oil!
It's a classic. I'm guessing the beer that started it all.
Is that the normal can?
I'm not sure. It's very cool, though.
I think that's the normal can.
It's got skulls, which are hot air balloons. It's got a load of skulls. They're giving me a real Path of the Dead, Lord of the Rings vibe.
It's a
I
lady
think
skull.
there's somebody sat in the foreground staring at the big skull pyramid.
Their can game, we've said it before, but it is on point. It really is.
I think we all agree neck oil is a lovely beer.
If I go to a pub and they've got neck oil on tap, I'm pretty much guaranteed to have it. Unless they've got something else fucking spectacular on.
Where did we put Gamma Ray? Oh, quite high up, just above Wales. Gamma Ray I prefer because it's got more lasers on it.
I think Gamma Ray's a little bit fuller as well. But this is just for this, like an ice cold Gamma Ray draft at a pub. Oh, I mean, a neck oil, yeah. Me and Mark have done that a few times. When he comes to visit for lunch on his way back from somewhere.
Let's rate it so I don't get divorced.
Let's not rush into this. This takes time. Because this is such an important beer, we've got to give it the full consideration. If you're keen to get off, why don't you start us off then with like your initial positioning for this?
Just below Jackhammer. Actually, no, I love the top of the can. Just below Gamma Ray. The artwork I'm a bit neutral on, but the top gold really worked for me for some reason. The light was shining off it as the beer flowed.
I like the artwork. I think it's iconic. And I love that you've got skulls where both the basket and the balloon are skulls.
Now, I'm assuming that that's painted on because otherwise the balloon would deflate.
Are you assuming that this world that Beavertown have created obeys the normal laws of physics?
I'd go a bit higher. I would go between Silk Road and King Crush.
Above Gamma Ray.
Oh yeah, I think it's better than Gamma Ray. There's not a lot in it, but I think this just is a bit better. And given choice between the two, I'd go for this.
I think I'd go for Gamma Ray just because I like a bit of a fuller beer. But again, there's not much in it. I think I would go just above Jackhammer because I think, you know, if I was made to choose between all whales being alive or never being able to have netcall again, I'd be all right. I'd just drink Gamma Ray.
But I think sadly for all whales, you and Carl have gone just to the right of Jackhammer, but I've got a couple of spaces higher. So on average, it bumps up and it beats the whales.
What have the whales done for us recently?
True.
So we're putting this above whales, below Gamma Ray, and that is the fact of it. So yeah, tomorrow we will do beer number 19. We're getting quite near the end now. We're on the home straight.
The calendar's really light to pick up. Cheers.
Cheers all. See you tomorrow.